Hello again. This is going to be review number 2 from Thorns or Horns beer review with Eric Thomas Metal 75. The beer that I have selected for review number 2 is from Boulevard Brewing Company out of Kansas City, Missouri. This is their Mid Coast India Pale Ale. Now, this is from what they call their tasting room series, and it says on the bottle, the tasting room was once the only place you could sample test beers our brewery were working on for potential release. Now we're bringing you these fledgling brews in our sample 12 and are asking for your opinion. Tell us online. So yeah, the sample 12 is a 12-pack sampler. It included, I just picked it up, it included their unfiltered wheat, a hoppy wheat beer, this one, the Mid Coast IPA, and then a rye ale. It also says on the bottle, Mid Coast IPA, India Pale Ale, at 104 IBUs, the hoppiest thing we've ever brewed. Pretty nervy for a bunch of Midwesterners, and maybe so. Ale in Texas, 12 fluid ounces. Let's get this into our cleaned Guinness glass using the Coors Light Metal Bar Tap Prior opener. And as with all the Boulevard beers, they have the bottle cap that says, I don't know if you can read that, use opener and then pry off cap. Alright. So the only beer I've had from Boulevard that was an IPA is their single wide IPA. I reviewed that on Beer Advocate. Thought it was very good. And I recently had their Dark Truth Stout, which was phenomenal. So I think they make a pretty good product, Boulevard. Alright. Very similar to a macro lager. Just slightly darker. It's hazy. It's not cloudy. I don't think it's tremendously unfiltered. It looks pretty standard there. Golden. It will look standard for an American-style beer, but it's not traditionally that style. One finger head. I don't know if you can see that. Nice lacing. Foamy head. Very sudsy. Nice white bubbles. Lots of them. Not too effervescent, but it looks decent. I can already smell this. Let's get a smell test. Wow. Wow, this smells awesome. It's got lots of citrus fruit in there. It's got a lot of grapefruit. Grapefruit juice, a little bit of pine, a little bit of flowering hops. I'm not really sure what kind of hops they use. Didn't really find any information on the Boulevard website. I didn't find any information at all. But yeah, true to a mid-coast, which would be having styles of both, or characteristics of both the West Coast, more fruity styles with your tropical fruits, your mangoes, apricots, peaches, grapefruits, and an East Coast style, which is going to give you more of a florally hop note. So think about beers like the Dogfish Head, 120, 90, 60-minute IPAs, and also think about the Harpoon IPA. Those are good examples of mid-coast, of East Coast IPAs. This is 5.6% ABV, alcohol by volume, according to Beer Advocate. Never had it before? Let's try it. 104 IBUs, it should be a hot bomb. Cheers. it is. You get a lot of the grapefruit juice, a lot of grapefruit, and a lot of florally hop bitterness there. Primarily a grapefruit taste. The finish, it's medium. It's a fairly clean. It's not clean finish. It's a fairly the finish is decent. It's medium in length. It's not too short. It's definitely not long. Let's see if these little mini pretzels go. Cleans the palate once again. Resets it. Now, as far as it being a malty balance within the hop, I'm not. Let me try it again. There is a nice malty presence to the beer. But it's very hop forward. If you do not like hoppy beers, for the love of God, stay away from this beer. This is intense. I tell you what, it's sweet, very hoppy tropical fruits, grapefruit juice, and a florally hop thing going on. It could use a little more of a malt backbone. It definitely could. Now the mouthfeel in this one is medium, definitely. It's crisp. It's definitely tastes very clean. And it actually is very refreshing. It has a drying finish after the finish goes away. The last thing that you get is a drying sensation in the mouth, but it doesn't overly dry out the mouth at all. But in saying how clean and crisp and refreshing it is, it's still so bitter and so hoppy that it's hard to drink sessionably like Budweiser, Miller, Coors, Pabst Blue Ribbon, whatever's the cheap lager in a can these days. So, horns or thorns, I would definitely give this one horn up. This is just a beer that it's very powerful, very hop bitterness forward, kind of malty. It reminds me of the Sculpin IPA by Ballast Point, but with even more of an intense hop flavor. So if you really like a West Coast style of an IPA with a little bit of that East Coast florally hop thing, and you like it more malty, less malty and more hop forward, I would have to say give the Mid Coast IPA by Boulevard Brewing Company a try. Only available in their what is it called? In their sample 12 packs. So, one horn up from Thomas Metal 75, and as always, keep tasting those good beers.